Celia Cruz was one of the most successful salsa performers of the 20th century and known internationally as the Queen of Salsa.
Celia Cruz embodied the smoldering essence of Cuban and salsa music.
If you've ever danced to a salsa song, chances are you've danced to a Celia Cruz song.
One of 14 children, Celia Cruz was born in Havana, Cuba on October 21, 1925. By the time she was a teenager, she had won many local talent shows as a singer. In 1947, she entered Cuba's Conservatory of Music.
Celia Cruz's big break was in 1950 when the lead singer of the Sonora Matancera, which is a Cuban orchestra, left and Celia Cruz was tapped to fill in. But she actually stayed with the group for 15 years and they traveled with this orchestra all over Latin America.
During the 1959 Cuban communist takeover, Celia Cruz was touring in Mexico. She decided to immigrate to the United States rather than returning to Cuba and became a U.S. citizen 2 years later. In 1962, Cruz married fellow band member Pedro Knight, who later became her manager.
Celia Cruz joined fellow salsero Tito Puente in the mid-1960s. That's when she really became exposed to a larger audience. They recorded 8 albums together.
Celia Cruz was wow. I mean, she came on stage and she was dressed up and she moved and she engaged with the audience and she had this energy about her, like she was singing to you.
Celia Cruz had such charisma, it was like she was on fire. Even if you didn't understand the lyrics to her songs because she was singing in Spanish, you could feel the vibration of it and it was very captivating.
One of Cruz's most successful albums was her 1974 duo album, Celia and Johnny, with Johnny Pacheco.
In the 70s, Celia Cruz appeared with the Fania All-Stars, the only woman to do so, which increased her popularity and visibility.
Because the Fania All-Stars were basically an ensemble orchestra made up of all the best salsa musicians in the country, such as El Canario and Rubén Blades. It exposed her to worldwide audiences.
Celia Cruz continued to tour and make albums throughout the 1980s and 90s. She won a Grammy Award in 1990, and in 1992 starred with Antonio Banderas in the film Mambo Kings. In 2001, she was awarded the National Medal of Arts by Bill Clinton.
In the late 1990s, Wyclef Jean, very popular hip-hop artist, remade her song Guantanamera. She embraced the song. She appeared in the music video. It was so much happy energy. The song was a hit. It was incredible.
One of the things that Celia Cruz did is bring salsa to the mainstream. She made it accessible and global and not regional.
Celia Cruz succumbed to brain cancer and died on July 16, 2003, at her Fort Lee, New Jersey home. Over 200,000 fans paid their final respects when her body lay in state in Miami's Freedom Tower. She was 77.
Celia Cruz is one of the most important Cuban musicians. She had 23 gold records, including collaborations with the Fania All-Stars, with Tito Puente. You really can't overstate her influence on Cuban music.
Celia Cruz, the Queen of Salsa, helped propel that genre into pop culture. And she was able to do it at a time when it was very male-dominated, but she was able to succeed.
Celia Cruz took Cuban music, which for many, many years simply stayed in Cuba, and made it global.